It's just after 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and that means it's time for Sporting a Cause from Willie Hallihan, sportingacause.com, website that lists just about every sporting event that's related to a fundraising activity in our tri-state area. And once again, that's at sportingacause.com. And right now, we've got Willie Hallihan, who's preparing for a very busy day. Hey, Willie, how you doing?
Good morning, Marshall. I'm doing great, thanks. Now that I checked the Robin Hood Radio weather forecast this morning and saw partly sunny in the 60s. I said, okay, we're ready to go for the Brewski Fest. That's the event of the day that your listeners can go to. It's over at the ski jumps. It's the 10th year we've been doing this. It's a beer tasting event. If you hadn't heard about it yet, it's organized by State Line Wine and Spirits in Canaan for SWAS's benefit. And it's really become quite popular. With the weather, everything in all the work we put in makes for a great event, but the only variable that we worried about was the weather, and it's going to be a great day, so it's going to be a wonderful time. You can still get advance sale tickets right up until the event. You can either go to the Black Rabbit Bar and Grill in Lakeville or State Line Wine and Spirits in Canaan and get an advance sale ticket for $30. It's $35 at the door. Or you can go online. You can still go to brewskifest.com and get your tickets online. And while you're there, you can see the list of breweries that are lined up. We have an incredible 50 breweries coming this year. It's by far a record. And if I counted correctly, 11, maybe 12 of them are non-beer companies. If you're not a beer drinker, and we're thinking, it wouldn't do any good for me to go. There are 11 or 12 businesses there that sell hard ciders or spiked sodas or hard iced teas. So you can go there and have plenty of tasting options that aren't beer. So don't let that hold you back. Sunday in the Country Food Drive, of course, as they always have, will be selling burgers and brats. And the proceeds from that will go to the food drive. And the Steve Dunn Band is playing, as they did last year. Everybody loves them. And we have the famous golf ball roll. This is a crowd favorite. Near the end of the day, people buy golf balls with a number on it. It's recorded with your name, and then near the end of the day, we take the bucket of balls up to the top of the landing hill and let them roll. And everybody there's yelling and screaming. These things look like ping pong balls bouncing down the hill, and the ball that goes the furthest gets the prize. And then at the end of the day, everybody gets to take home a pumpkin, and it's quite a tradition. I mean, it grows every year, and we expect a record this year. But the crowd's never so big that you have to stand in line to get a taste of a beer. It's small enough so you just go from one station to the next, never stand in line. And it's just a fun time. So hope to see you there. It starts, the event runs from 1 to 4.
All right. So now
we still have a busy week coming up next weekend, typically. I thought things would slow down a little bit at the end of September, but next Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, there's a lot going on. Friday, that would be October 18th, the Cornwall Consolidated School, for the 17th year, is holding their walkathon. It's held there at the school grounds. It starts there anyway at 1 p.m. There are walking options of 2, 2.5, and 4 miles, and the proceeds are split between the 8th grade class who sponsors the event, and they always vote on some charity to split their proceeds with. And this year it goes to the Cornwall Food and Fuel. That's this coming Friday. On Saturday, a lot going on. The Fall into Fitness 5K Fun Run Walk at the Vanderbilt Mansion over in Hyde Park. A portion of the proceeds go to the National Park Service, and that race starts at 9:30. Also on Saturday, this is one of my favorite events to go to, is the Little Guild Run and Wag 5K at the Cornwall Town Green. It starts at noon. You can run with or without a dog. It's not required that you have your pet. But if you do plan on bringing your dog, you should go to runandwag5k.com for rules. They have rules governing how to run with your dog, and you want to do that first, and all the details besides. And if you didn't write this down, you can just go to sportingacause.com to get all the details. and they have food trucks and so forth. It's a fun time there in the Cornwall Town Green. It's, I think, the biggest fundraiser for the little guild. Also on Saturday, the Mohawk Mountain Race. This is a 5K, 10K, a half, and full marathons at Mohawk Mountain. Imagine running these long distances, but using the ups and downs of Mohawk Mountain. I can't imagine it. Steep Endurance organizes these events. Registration starts at 7, and there are different start times for the different races, and part of the proceeds go to local charities. By the way, speaking of marathons, the 2-hour barrier for marathon was broken yesterday. A marathon, I can't remember the name. It wasn't a major one, but anyway, it was kind of like the 4-minute mile way back when, and that's finally been broken. Somebody broke it by about 20 seconds, so it's a big deal in the marathon running world. Also on Saturday, the Walk to End Alzheimer's, Dutchess and Ulster counties. We had the Litchfield version of that a couple of weeks ago. This is the Dutchess County version. They use the walkway over the Hudson. It's a major fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. This is like one of 400 or 500 events held around the country. Also Saturday, the Berkshire Healthcare Harvest Run. This is a 5K and a 1-mile run for the kids. It takes place at the Patterson Field House at the Berkshire Community College in Pittsfield. Race begins at 10. Proceeds benefit the Berkshire Community College nursing program. Then on the Sunday, that would be October 20th, the Walk to Defeat ALS of Hudson Valley. ALS, of course, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, the Lou Gehrig's disease. They again use the walkway over the Hudson. That's the day after the Alzheimer's folks use it. And that starts at 11 a.m., and the proceeds benefit the ALS Association. If you've ever known anyone who had ALS, we need to find a cure for that disease, and that would be a way to help. Making Strides of Litchfield County is also next Sunday. It's a major fundraiser for breast cancer research. It's happening at the White Memorial Conservation Center in Litchfield. Avon is a major sponsor of that. Uses the typical walking format like they all do. You fundraise yourself, bring the proceeds to the event, and hopefully raise a lot of money for them. There'll be food trucks and entertainment there after the, the event, and the American Cancer Society is the beneficiary. Same day, Sunday the 20th, Ryan's Run Superhero 5K 1-mile run walk. This will be held at the World Gym in Pawling, New York. The race starts at 10, and the proceeds benefit the Ryan McElroy Children's Cancer Foundation, named after a young man, a boy who suffered from cancer, and his life inspired a lot of people to start this race in his honor. Also next Sunday, for the first time, the Salisbury Beast 5K and 10K race. It starts at the Salisbury Town Hall, goes up Selleck Hill. It's going to be a challenging course held on behalf of the Salisbury Rotary Club, and that starts at 10:15. And if that wasn't enough, Marshall, next Sunday starts the 6-week run of the Northwest Connecticut Rod and Gun Club turkey shoots. So if nobody has noticed that fall is upon us with the start of the turkey shoots, that should clue them in that fall is on its way for sure.
It's here. I'm looking out the window.
It is definitely here.
I mean, actually, and that's what makes this weekend for the fall festivals, what that happened in Pine Plains and in Salisbury and Lakeville, what make them so special this time of year, because the leaves have changed enough where, you get the local look at them, but if you look at the mountains now, you can actually see a whole mix of color, and that just makes it a true fall festival, and it's not raining and cold.
Yeah, I know. And, I don't know that anybody everyone seems to want to identify the peak season. I'm not sure we can do that anymore. It seemed like years ago there seemed to be 1 week when everything turned at once. That doesn't happen anymore. But what we have is kind of this extended number of weeks where there are partial turnings, and that's good too.
It's a beautiful weekend, and you're going to be a very busy. Are you taking tickets today?
I am.
Well, have fun.
Gladly taking as many as we can get.
I hope you get a few takeout orders as well.
Well, I don't know. I'll see what I can do.
Willie, we'll speak to you next week.
Thank you, Marshall, as always. Take care.
Willie Hallihan, Sporting a Cause, sportingacause.com on the web.